Welcome to a new Auction Not Included series. We're going to be doing a hardcore series this time. This time we're going to bump our settings up max, and we're also going to be utilizing some new mods. Duplicate Life Cycle, Diseases Restored, and Diseases Expanded. I heard Diseases Restored is a little buggy, so if it causes my game to crash too much, we're gonna have to just drop it. I have the fixed version, but apparently the fixed version doesn't work with Diseases Expanded. So we'll see how it ends up. But with that, we're going to start ourselves a new game. Oh, nope, not a new sweat, in survival. We're going to do the skewed Asteroid because I haven't played on this one yet. I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to bump this up a little bit, just a smidge. And yeah, I mean, what's the worst that could happen? Alright, so we have our three victims. We've got Stinky, Abe, and Travaldo. Stinky's going to be our dedicated construction and digging person. We got Abe, who's going to be our farmer slash rancher. And we got Travaldo, our dedicated researcher. They're all about to head into the lovely world of sewer. And let's hope it goes well. Alert! This asteroid is oddly tilted as though a powerful external force once knocked it off its axis. I'll need to recalibrate my approach to a colony building in order to make the most of this unusual distribution of resources. It's not that unusual. It's the same distribution, just sideways. So with that, we are going to first go into our, not vitals, schedule. Let's just fix this a little bit. They're not allowed to have any fun. So we're going to reduce their downtime and their sleeping time. Priorities. Bump that up, bump you up, and bump you up. And let's first go ahead and get a track to our water source up and running as soon as possible. And then I'm thinking we're going to build a bathroom right after that. Right, so we can go ahead and do pneumatic door when that gets built. So we can put in a wash basin and some outhouses. I do have the mod which makes it so duplicates wait in line at sinks and wash basins. So that should help a lot there. We're going to set this to all edibles, priority 6, so they can get food out of locations a lot quicker. So our main goal is we have to be really vigilant on the how diseases are spreading and where they're spreading. We are semi-safe from diseases. However, it says bristle blossom. Are the new diseases in the database? Yes, it is. Ah, floral scent. That's what it's saying it's producing. Okay. I was a little confused. So these guys are going to be producing floral scent. And of course we have slime lung, which in this new mod, slime lung will kill your duplicants. So we got to be really careful there. Alright, so we got some basic research set up. We're going to start doing farming, meal prep, so we can get that Great Hall set up. The idea is if we can get our Great Hall set up quickly, then their morale will be increased, as well as they won't be eating food like in a bathroom, which will spread disease. So we're going to go ahead and build that up here. Bathroom's finished. And cycle 1 is nearing its end. So let's try to see how much we can dig out before that ends. Alright, so our research for these two are done, and I'm thinking, right, so the other big issue is they're gonna need to eat a lot. According to Oni Assistant on the difficulty we're on, it's gonna require 30 meal wood for 3 duplicants, right? They don't have bottomless stomach, thank God. But we are gonna need to start getting some food set up really quickly. And so, because of that, here's the real question. We can start getting into ranching and find some critters. And that could work. Or we start heavily going into farming. Well, here's the idea. We're gonna first get our advanced research because we're gonna need that. Then I think we're gonna go into critter ranching, as well as just setting up some microbe mushers to make up for our lack of food right now. So we've gone ahead and made our mess hall. We also got a little bit of a kitchen going, and we're getting our supercomputer built up, but we also have our first duplicate / package. Now, picking up a duplicate is a little dangerous because they eat so much, but if we can get one that's useful, then it may be worth it. But it looks like the only really good duplicate here is Ashkin, but they have anemic, and decreased athletics is just the worst. Not worth grabbing. And the rest of these, masterwork is cool, but I only take up a dedicated artist till when the base is pretty well in. And this guy is just, yeah, it's just not really worth it. That's a new downside, by the way. Allergic reaction to insect bites from the disease expansion mod. So we're just going to take the dirt. It'll be useful for researching. I'm not going to quite start the mush bar production until our food gets a little worse. Right now it's doing okay based off just pure digging up muck root. So I think we're going to go ahead and start working on making other useful rooms while we're researching husbandry and looking for our first hatch so we can start that ranch. So in my infinite wisdom, I was not paying attention, and somehow our good friend Trivaldo is suffocating in a pit. I don't quite know how this happened, but hopefully we can get him out of this. There we go. He's got air now. So we can either build a ladder or have a weird series of tunnels. We're ended up having to go into red alert because Trivaldo really needs to go to the restroom. I do not want him to soil himself. So already in our first red alert on cycle 4. And almost there. Come on, Trivaldo, you got this. Make it to the restroom. No, no, no. Go to the bathroom. And he made it. Let's go. Alright, so we got our first couple skill points. We're going to give Trivaldo some advanced research so we start using the big computer. We're going to give him hard digging so we can expand a bit more. This should allow the beginning of our ranching. And up here, at least I thought so. I thought there was a hatch up here somewhere. Could have sworn I saw a hatch somewhere. Well, I thought I saw a hatch that we can begin ranching, but apparently I'm blind and I can't see it. Or he's dug somewhere. But besides that, we got our farm set up, so slowly but surely we can start making enough food to support ourselves. In the meantime, we have the micro musher going. I'm thinking the next thing we research is probably the refrigerator, and then we're going to jump straight down here to the deodorizer, only just because we're going to eventually start having polluted air coming out of the bathroom with food poisoning. We cannot risk any food poisoning whatsoever. So with that, we're going to go jump there. Alright, we've got our deodorizer being built just in time for our outhouse to get cleaned. So when the polluted dirt gets dropped, hopefully all that polluted gas will get nice and cleaned up. We are starting to run into a bit of a power issue. So we'll go ahead, because how much are we drawing in this line? Potential load of 485, and we're only generating 300. Actually generating 400, my bad. So I think we can just throw on a second battery for now. And that'll be alright. Oxygen generation, we're doing good on oxygen. It's a little unbreathable down here, but hopefully this oxygen will come up and push this all down a bit. Most of our oxygen, of course, is way up here, and we'll probably eventually have to get a oxygen diffuser set up. But the next thing we're researching is our refrigerator. Ooh, what's this? Plant pulverizer. Oh, Brackine. Ah, yes, yes, yes. That's the new update stuff. And then from there, we'll probably go into better power generation and such. And we're going to increase our exploration. Setting up a laboratory this early isn't that bad of an idea, but I believe there's a UV cleaner. Yeah, there's a UV cleaner that's added in the Diseases Restored mod. And this UV cleaner is basically the equivalent of having those, uh, um, what are they called? Water tanks, right? In chlorine. This is a building that basically does that. You put liquid into it, it uses UV radiation, kills all the germs, lets liquid out. Uses power. It's, I don't know how the efficiency compared to the other setup, but I always do the other setup. I'd like to try something new. So we need to get started on this as well. So somehow, good old Stinky has contracted food poisoning. I don't know when he contracted food poisoning, nor do I know how. Because none of the food has food poisoning, and it's not on anything that I know of. There's food poisoning over here, but he washed his hands, so honestly, I don't quite know how it happened. But we got to keep an eye on him because he will throw up, spreading polluted water everywhere, which is going to be a real issue if that happens. Right, so there's food poisoning and then food poisoning vomiting. It's for the next 2.5 cycles. His bladder is by 200%, bathroom use speed by 100%, stamina minus 30%, and then his stress is going to go up. Oh. Oh, great. They all have food poisoning. How? How did this happen? Germ-covered meat. When? Interesting. All right, so then let's have them stop eating uncooked food. Right? So then if it's a germ-covered food, it'll get cooked and then it should no longer have germs on it. So bristleberries, mush bars, meal lice. Well, this is going to be annoying, but we'll just have to keep a close eye on them so they don't end up throwing up into any of our main water sources. I'm thinking the smart idea is let's just block all this down here. So if anyone does throw up, it doesn't affect our future water source. Well, I was not fast enough. They were all asleep. It was bad timing. They're going to the restroom. And we officially have polluted that source of water. And not this source yet. So we're going to have to do some emergency mopping. Oh, nope. Abe decided to take it upon himself to throw up directly into our water source. Fantastic. Absolutely amazing. Well, I guess we're going to remove this pitcher pump because we don't want them to pull any water from that anymore. This water is just absolutely contaminated and can't be used. We have this water way over here we can start using. So I guess that's going to have to be our new plan. Alright, so everyone's sick and everyone's very stressed. We are going to have throwing up for the next 2 cycles to remedy this situation before it becomes too bad, such as our food being poisoned. We're going to have to try to get all this polluted water, I think, dumped over here is the idea. So we can just go ahead and put a bottle in here. They'll take all the polluted water, dump it out here, and then wash their hands when they leave. The only issue is now everyone is not working and sleeping, so hopefully they eventually get to it. So, things, they're not the best right now. There goes Stinky. And... oh, it actually didn't go into the... oh, nope, now it's into the water tank again. Yeah, it's not going the best. They're having to eat a lot due to their food poisoning. Vomiting is becoming an issue. Things are just... they're just not very, you know, cash money right now. So I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be able to just get, like, anything done. It took them an entire cycle just to build this. So I think we're just going to have to wait it out until they're not sick anymore. Then hopefully we can speed clean all this stuff up, dump it out all over here, and then disinfect every single surface we can find. Well, things are not looking good. We have Abe and Stinky who are currently starving. I need the microbe musher to be, you know, used right now so they don't starve to death. But that does not look like it's happening. Hey. Like, top priority. No pending... oh, because we don't have water. Shoot. And all of our water is super infected. So we can't... dang. I think that may be a game over. Is already on. Try to get a pitcher pump made. And that's death number 1. Good old Stinky. Abe should be soon after. Yep, there goes Abe. And all we have left is Travoldo, who will run out of calories. Fun! Well, I now know, you know, don't let them eat food poisoned covered meat. Well, that could have gone better. So, I think we're gonna end there for this episode. And next episode, we're going to montage our way back to where we were, equivalent-wise. And hopefully, you know, the second go-around, our duplicates won't die on cycle 14. So, with that, thank y'all for watching. I really appreciate it. Promise I'm going to start uploading more frequently, and I hope to get back into the groove of things. So, you all have a nice day, and bye-bye.